Hi, this is Johnnie with Johnnie Lloyd and Associates, and I'm taping this actually for to just help us understand some things. And the first thing I would like to do is just go through a quick test. I just want to make sure that um, you can see color. So this, if you can see this and this is red to you, then you can see color. If you can see this and this is brilliant blue to you, you can see color. If this is yellow, you can see color. This, if it's black, then you can see color. And if this is green, you can see color. So the question that I have run into with some people that I really care deeply about, because I have a very multicultural relationships with a lot of people in different fields, different colors. I'm just one of those people that I just love people. So, and I've heard some people say this statement, not just them, but others say the statement is, I do not see color. I've seen it on TV, I've seen it in all these places, and I just want to take a moment to address it from my perspective and from some other people that I've talked to just make sure I'm not off base, but just something to consider. Are you really saying you can't are you colorblind? Are you saying that you're really colorblind, or are you saying that you're humanity focused? That and there's a difference in saying that. So these are just some things to consider as we move forward. Okay? So the first thing I want to show you is when a person say they can't see color, unless you're colorblind, you might want to reconsider that statement. Because if you saw the colors that I brought up before, then you're not colorblind. You see color. So reconsider this statement. I do not see color because everybody, unless you're colorblind, you see color. And even the people that are colorblind, the reason that I'm using this slide is because even the people who are colorblind see color. They see color. They see shades based on the level of them being colorblind. They see shades of color. They see dark and light. They see that. So when you say you can't see color, you even if you're colorblind, you see shades. So that's one thing. So just think about that. And then the thought is that what do you do when you see color? What do you do when you see it? Like red makes me happy. It's a happy color for me. I love red. I love purples. I love deep hues of color. I really like things that are colorful. I like my food to be pretty. Notice the pictures I have. The food is pretty. So I like color. I love flowers, all of those things. But I see color. The question again is, what do you do when you see color? When you see color, do you make a determination of who the person is, what they should be doing, what they should be wearing? What happens when you see size? Do you think, do you start making decisions about their eating habits? Do you make decisions about their health? What do you do when you see gender? What do you do when you see the differences that make us all unique? And you turn around and you could have kick it to the curb or kick it to the side. What do we see when we see someone who is in a wheelchair? Do we start making decisions about the way they live their life? Do we start wondering what happened to them what we're making determinations when we see people. The question is how do we shift it? How do we move forward? And even after we see that thing, whether it be color, whether it be race, whether it be religion, we talk to a person, all of those things, what do we do after that? What do we do? Do we then shift to humanity? Or do we say that, no, you're this, and I put you in this box of limitations because that's what somebody else taught me, my worldview taught me? Or do we say, okay, this is who you are. I see your external. I see your situation, but now what? I want to get a chance to know you. So what I would like us to consider is looking at it at a humanity level and not just saying, I don't see color. Because you do. You see color. Now, what you do with it, if you don't judge me based on my color, then you're not prejudging me based on what you see on the outside. I get that. You're not prejudiced. You're not prejudging me. So, based on my gender, based on my age, based on anything, you may not be prejudging me, but you do see color. You do see color. You do see color. I'm just saying, you do see color. So just consider that the next time you want to bring that up. And so I'm going to give you 3 quick things to consider when you say 3 things to consider. I do not see color. Please consider these things. The first question or thing to consider, again, that I already alluded to, is are you colorblind, or are you really saying that I don't make a judgment because of your color? So you humanity focus. Because we all bleed red. We all need air, and we all need water, okay? We need food, we need shelter, we need all those things, right? So are you saying that you're colorblind? I don't think so. Or are you saying you're humanity focused and you don't judge people based on their color? You have, okay? So just consider that. That's consideration 1. The second consideration is how aware are you about who the person is? Have you considered the statements that you're making and how they would perceive you saying that? You see, I do want you to see my color. I want you to see my full color, who I am, because that's part of it, seeing me. When you see my who I am on the outside, you see a part of me. It's a facet of me. It's not all of me. Okay. So when you see people of color, regardless, you seeing a part of them. When you see someone who's a female, you're seeing a facet of who she is. It's not a, don't judge her. Don't judge me because of what you see on the external. Look at the full picture, okay? And go to the place of decision. So after you see the color, or after you see the size, or after you hear their belief system or whatever, then move forward and say, now what? Because I'm not asking you to open yourself up to everybody, anybody. That's your thing. Because at that point, when you see who I am, then you have to make a decision about how does that impact you? Are you willing to move forward? All of that. This weekend, a friend of mine called me and said somebody had called her, and it was this guy. I don't trust him. It's not about his color. It's not about his size. It's not about his job. It's not about anything. It's what my, okay, and the third thing, let me pop back. Stay humanity focused. Remember, this is 3 things to consider. Stay humanity focused. Now, I'm going to flip back to the guy. It's not about his political thing. It's not about any of that. It's about actually what Maya Angelou said. She said, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. And I'm adding, because I don't think she did the first time, believe them. Believe them when they keep on saying who they are by their actions and their ways. Now, if you take my actions and my ways and determine who I am by that, you're probably spot on. If you take my history and determine my destiny, you're probably missing it. If you're taking the color or the person's gender or their sexual preference or whatever and making determinations on who they are, you're probably missing it. So just be careful when you make the statement, I do not see color, because unless you're colorblind, you do see at least shades if you're colorblind. But if you're not colorblind, you do see color. Okay? So this is Johnnie. Just something to think about, and click the bell and subscribe. Okay? Because this is about real people. This is a real situation. And I just want us all to move forward. Okay? Have an awesome day.